Alright everyone, sorry I'm late, but I had to take a shower. But anyway, we are going to be doing Pokemon Omega Ruby with Volbeat. Not Illumise, that's Friday. But Volbeat, I've played Volbeat, and I haven't played Volbeat before, but I have played Illumise in Pokemon Platinum. It was one of the worst playthroughs I've ever done in that game. Its moveset is awful, but hopefully the newer games make up for it, and I kind of think they do. Like, I hope y'all had time to look over the moveset, but one thing that Volbeat has going for is Tail Glow. This move is insanely broken. It boosts your special attack by 3. And another thing I found out, Volbeat, and I'm assuming Illumise as well, got pretty good stat buffs from Generation 3 until Generation 6 when its stats got buffed. Volbeat got an extra 10 in its special defense and 20 in its defense. So it got a 30 base stat increase, which is pretty good. Usually Pokemon that end up getting a base stat upgrade in Gen 6 usually get like 10. Like Electrode only got 10 extra speed points. But Volbeat definitely got a nice little buff to its defenses. Oh yeah, and this thing, surprisingly, is pure bug. It's not bug flying like I thought it was. But it's actually a good thing, because we won't be 4 times weak to rock moves. And our strat for Roxanne is essentially just going to be double team. I do allow double team by level up. My rules say no TM32. I know it was the original rules that Scott made years ago. I know he's changed it since then to ban evasion moves, like, of any kind to level 100. But I like the original rule. It doesn't rule out evasion boosting moves entirely, but it makes it so only certain Pokemon can use those strats. Yeah, you know, another typing fact. Black Kyurem and White Kyurem are Dragon Ice types. White Kyurem is not Dragon Fire. It's still Dragon Ice. Alright, so I have been reading ahead in these notes here, made by Axew. Thank you very much. He didn't make notes for Illumise just because it's a worse Volbeat, but that's fine. We're actually going to be getting Power-Up Punch and Round inside Mauville City. Round is actually in a little cafe in Mauville City. I've never been in there before. I mean, yeah, we can learn Brick Break, but that's not until Setopolis. That's going to be pretty dang late. And we will be grabbing the Charge Beam TM as well at the Mauville Mart, but we're not going to have enough money to buy both of them at once. Well, maybe. If we don't, we'll have to buy it later. But having access to Tail Glow and Charge Beam and what's that other move? Bug Buzz? Yeah, Bug Buzz at level 40, Charge Beam, Tail Glow. I think we're going to be doing pretty okay, I think. I'm trying to figure out what Power-Up Punch is for. It's for Watson. Drop Power-Up Punch for Protect to 29, so before Maxi, it's Tail Glow, Signal Beam, Round, and Protect. Alright, let's see. I'm just reading ahead here. Oh, grab Dazzling Gleam. I found this out through doing an offline re-rank of Sableye. I will not upload it for members because I plan to do another run, either tonight or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow, but apparently you don't have to go through the Mount Pyre side and go all the way to the other end to get Dazzling Gleam. You can literally get it on the side that you meet Steven Stone. Like, after you meet Steven, you just go right like 30 tiles and you'll see the girl. There was no reason to go through the Mount Pyre section, and thank goodness. The whole Route 1, 2, 3 area, those trainers are freaking good. They have really good teams on them. I've gotten blackouts to those people many times. I try to avoid training there with bad Pokemon. Good Pokemon, I could do the training there, but they're pretty tough. And our hidden power typing is Hidden Power Ice, mainly to help out with Winona as well as Drake. Let's see, Bug Buzz, we're getting Shadow Ball as well. Oh, and here's a neat little fun fact about Oras. Every Monday, the, what's it called? The Late Port market, all their items go half off. So vitamins are only going to be $4,900 each. So from now on for Omega Ruby, I'm actually going to be playing on Mondays. Axe, you discovered that for me. John, it raises special attack by 3. You may think that's insanely broken, and it is, but I think Volbeat's one of like 3 Pokemon that get it, and like their special attack isn't the best, so it's not as good as you think. And funnily enough, Primal Groudon won't be too hard, because since we're pure bug type, we're going to resist both Earthquake and Precipitate Blades. We gotta hope it uses Rest as soon as possible, though. If we get hit with Lava Plume, we're probably dead. Let's see, anything else? Grab some Chesto Berries, Persim Berries. Before Wally, use all your rare candies, be at least 63 to 64. And our moveset for the league is Tail Glow, Bug Buzz, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice. Alright, let's see, anything else? And then for Zinnia, we're mainly going to rely on Tail Glow, Dazzling Gleam. We can probably we'll use Hidden Power Ice as well. Alright, that's all the reading I needed to do. But yes, first steps first for Roxanne. We have to train to level 15 at Aerodactyl to fight. The plan is to use, like, I don't know how many double teams. Probably like, not 6. Honestly, Rock Tomb is 90% accurate. I think I might want to go 5 double teams. Because I'm going to have to 2-shot the Geodude with Struggle Bug, and then 4-shot the Nose Pass, or something like that. Thankfully, the Nose Pass doesn't have an Oranberry in this game. I'm calling it. Roxanne will be the first death. We'll see. Okay, before I get started... I know I keep stalling this, but, I started doing Omega Ruby runs, yesterday for the first time with my new timing rule where I want the run to start at New Game. But the problem is, like, I still need to have the starter hacked into my party. So the time it takes to go from New Game to saving in the truck is like 37 seconds, so I always start with that offset. And I have the Volbeat hacked into my party, but there's one little problem that's unique to this game that I play with. If I have Volbeat hacked into my party and I pick up the Trico starter, Trico actually gets forced into slot 1. That has never happened in any other game. So when that happens, I'm just going to have to swap it out back into Volbeat, and there's just going to be some XP siphoning, but it's a level 2 Zigzagoon. I don't think it's really going to matter. But yeah, I can't control the fact that it forces Trico into slot 1. That's kind of annoying. And you may be saying, well, normally at that point you'd have no Pokemon. In Black and White, when you hack a Pokemon into your party before obtaining a starter, it does not get forced into slot 1. It's a Gen 6 thing. But it's not a big deal. Thanks, Dominic. You can set the day in the emulator, right? Yep, I did, yes. I have it set in the 3DS sync settings. Every time I do a core reset, or just close the emulator and reopen it, it'll always start on October 27th, 2025 at midnight, I think? I just chose today just because it happens to be a Monday. But whenever I do, like, Pokemon Black runs, I'll need to change this to be a winter month, and October is a summer month. But anyway, okay, real quick. Our ability is Swarm, so we get a 50% boost to bug moves, and our nature is Modest, plus special attack minus attack. Okay, I think that's about everything. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Shedinja's a better bug type. You sure about that? I want you to think about that for a sec. Oh yeah, our hidden ability is Prankster, but Prankster isn't really the best for solo runs. It's not a bad ability. It's good, but Volbeat can't really utilize it that well. Our base speed is pretty good. I remember with Whimsicott in White 2 challenge mode when I played it, it was actually very good. Because Whimsicott does not have the best speed stat. So I was able to do things like use rest right away. But yeah, I hate how the game just does that. There's literally nothing I can do. Oh, forgot to switch it. Oh, I forgot to name its speed. Oh well. Well, I guess this Volbeat is special today. It gets to keep its own name. Prankster Rest counter Thunderwave. True, that's... Prankster Rest is pretty good. I mean, Volbeat's longer nickname really wouldn't affect anything, but the text goes by very fast in this game. And also with our growth rate being the erratic group, we technically need the lowest amount of XP to get to level 100, but the one problem is, what's the one problem? Oh yeah, leveling up until level 30 is actually slower than the slow group, which is kind of insane. Its name is Discount Volbeat. Sure. Yeah, Prankster Confuse Ray would be nice. Hey, look, you can actually see the route unloaded up ahead. Also, I don't need to deposit the Trico because there's no need to have a full party. I'll have plenty of room for my HM units anyway, so it can just stay there. The rule is, though, I'm not allowed to teach Trico HMs like Cut, so I still have to catch a Zigzagoon. Like, it's not allowed to contribute anything. Also, I still hate how in this game you can't talk to berry bushes on the side. You can in the original games. Nice, this thing's two-shotting things. I didn't want to fight that girl. The first rare candy at Fortree? Is it really that late? Actually, technically it is. I mean, technically speaking, after you beat Flannery, you could choose not to have your rival teleport you to Petalburg, and you can just go straight to the desert. But that's very inefficient. Besides, when you say no, he leaves without you. You change the Trico and PKX into Volbeat. I can just use the Universal Randomizer. The one problem is, it's not going to have my perfect stats, hidden power of choice. It's going to be a completely random Volbeat. I don't have a way to set it ahead of time. Like, set the stats specifically. I just don't. Omega Ruby, though, it's the only game that I do with my new timing where I essentially have to worry about that, because if Gen 6 never did the thing where the Trico gets forced into slot 1, this wouldn't even be a problem. And I got a blackout. Good start. Hold up. The reason I just deposited it is so I can avoid the battle with the twins. That's going to be one thing I'm going to have to start doing these runs now, is depositing the Trico. I mean, it takes, like, hardly any time. You know, I should probably train on these Wormhole for a bit. Well, another fact about that Shadow is the whole battle is scripted, so it's impossible for, like, a one-shot to happen. Plus, I think the Zigzagoon and the Ralts are pre-scripted stats, so, like, it's literally impossible. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna train in the wild here to, like, level 7. Oh, there's my Zigzagoon. I'm gonna catch it, then immediately... Well... if I do catch a Zigzagoon, I'm gonna deposit it in the center because I want to avoid the battle with the twins. John, I could do that. There's one problem though. The battle with the Zigzagoon won't be counted towards the time. And some Pokemon can beat it faster than others. That's my one problem. It's essentially just doing it how I did it before. The time it takes to beat the Zigzagoon won't be calculated. And it's going to be a difference whether a Pokemon one-shots it or has to 5-shot it if it starts with Constrict. I mean, I could do a thing where, like, I average out everyone's times, but that would kind of just punish good Pokemon. I still am not 100% sure what to do on it, though. Dominic, you called the first reset to be on Roxanne. I haven't had a reset yet. Well, how I did it before, John, was I'd use the universal randomizer, then I would pick up the Volbeat with random stats. I would have that Volbeat kill the Zigzagoon, and then in front of Professor Birch, I'll save and edit my stats. Actually, you know what? Something I could do is probably just that. I'll use the universal randomizer, and I'll basically just do it how I did it before, except I will time how long that first section takes, and then I'll just have live split start at that time. It's a little complex, but I'm trying to have it to where every game I do starts at the new game screen. Like, the new game screen is where I want the timer to start counting down. If that makes sense. Because it's how actual speedruns do it. Plus, it'd be comparable, because it would punish games that have longer intros. I'm going to use Confuse Ray. See ya, Dominic. Am I going to have enough tackles? I think so. You get healed after the magma fight. Man, Volbeat's just jumping everywhere. Honestly, yeah, I think I'll just do that next time. It's gonna be annoying that I have to do that for specifically Omega Ruby, but I just don't know why the game has to shove Trico into slot 1. Gen 5 doesn't do that. It's literally a Gen 6 thing. Oh, crud, I didn't deposit the Zigzagoon. Oh well. And I'm poisoned. A trophy for you trying it? Thanks, Shadow, I appreciate that. You know what's interesting? This thing has both Flash and Double Team, and I was actually pretty worried, like, will I even be able to delete Flash? But, fortunately, it's not a HM in this game, it's TM70. Alright. I think I have to tell this person yes. The reason I talked to that lady is so, later when I'm, backtracking through this area for rare candies, I can talk to the, I can talk to a girl that spawns outside and get the white herb. I like seeing the second screen. Yeah, when I change the I have the bottom screen for Gen 5 onwards, because it's kind of hard to know what the moveset is at times, especially since my overlay just has the moveset images on them. But, having the bottom screen does kind of compensate for that. It is still pretty quick, but if you look quickly enough, you'll see it. But for games that have, like... Fuck. That is generally why I wait until after Roxanne to catch my HM users. I'm not even going to bother, like, starting the run over or anything, because I know for a fact there's going to be a lot worse spots than this. Like, I'm only level 9. I gotta be level 15 before I can even dare take on Roxanne. probably the trainers in her gym, too. Yeah, if Pokeballs works with it, like for the automatically updating overlay, then the bottom screen isn't necessary. Because you can just see on the side what my moves are. I'm gonna get the Quick Claw just in case. You never know. Is that an item back here? Oh, could have swore I saw a Pokeball. Yeah, but John, the problem is the bottom screen is kind of hard to look at. Like, I don't want to have both. Like, anytime I tried designs to incorporate both... Gotta be kidding me. Whatever. Just black. Take the black out. I need training anyway. Dude, this thing sucks with just tackle. Honestly, it was just because I got poisoned. Plus, when you and Scott menu, you can't see what they're doing. For Heart Gold specifically, that is true. But... whatever. The problem is there's not enough room. The reason I have room for Gen 6 for the bottom screen, look at the aspect ratio of the games. You know how the 3DS has like a wide rectangle of a screen followed by a smaller screen the size of the original DS? If both the top and the bottom screens are the same size, the top gameplay you see over there has to be bigger to compensate for it. And if it has to be bigger, I've tried making room for the bottom screen, but the problem is the bottom screen has to be so small you can barely see anything. Like, it's literally to keep aspect ratio, because otherwise it just looks really blurry. It's the reason, like, Gen 5, like, if I could have room for both, I would, but it just, the bottom screen's just so small you couldn't see anything. Oh god, this is gonna suck. On the bright side, during the stall turns, I can just spam flash. Or just that happens. Well, that guy's a spinner anyway, so I don't have to fight him. I'll just stick to the grass. Tackling erratic is a bad mix. It certainly is. I feel like you're doing 3DS games, you should have the top screen bigger and the bottom screen small but visible. The problem is, it's the literal aspect ratio. If I wasn't doing this run right now, I would... You know what? You guys aren't going to miss much. Here, I'll switch over to the Platinum overlay. Ignore the Sableye image being there, and ignore the screen... Oh, I should probably try and hide that. So yeah, look at that. See that top screen right there? It has to be that size because of aspect ratio. If I make it smaller, then there's going to be way too much of a gap on the sides. And there's going to be, like, the problem is I'd have to make the side parts wider. Because you see the gap in the overlay from, like, the moveset box to the gameplay screen? And on the other side, the game screen to the enemy Pokemon card? It's actually the exact same width down to the pixel. I spent hours aligning up everything on these overlays. Make sure they lined up pixel perfect. If you put the second screen where the moves are, what would it look like? The problem is, the actual Pokemon would be shrunk too small. I actually had a prototype Gen 5 overlay that would incorporate the second screen and Pokebite. The problem is, the Pokemon image just looks so small, it looks out of place. It just looks ugly. But yeah, I have to keep it that size. And I'm not a fan of shrinking the size of the gameplay. Because when you shrink the size of the gameplay, it no longer becomes the main focus on your overlay. It just doesn't. Alright, I'm almost level 12. I'll switch back. But yeah, it causes some things to shrink. And it's just really bad. Like, Scott actually had beta overlays for Gen 4 to have the bottom screen, and things were just so cramped together. You know, hold on. Tackle's 50 power, quick attack is 40. You know what? No, quick attack is actually worse than tackle in this game. I'm level 12, though. I gotta keep training. I have to get to 15. Actually, do I still have the original image for the prototype? Maybe I do. Let's see. Oh, dang it. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I think I deleted it. Oh no, I have it. Dude, stop doing that. Here, I'll switch to different monitor while I continue trading. That is the prototype. It actually didn't incorporate Pokebite. This is the Gen 5. Oh, no, that's the Gen 5 overlay. That's not what I want. But the point is, like, replace the level up moveset slot you see on the left with, like, the Pokebite moves. That's what it ends up looking like. I don't like it. I do it for Gen 5, though, just because I kind of have to. But, like... Tackle's accuracy is 100. Yeah, Tackle's 50 power in only Gen 5 and 6. Gen 7, they lowered it to 40. So it's completely identical to Scratch. But here's the... like, I don't like the Pokemon image being that small. I have to do it for Gen... Plus, here's the thing for the Gen 4, for example. You see the nature and the ability slots? I have to make room for the money and the hidden power typing. I don't have hidden power typing for the Gen 5 overlay because hidden power is essentially non-accessible. Like, for example, I have to, in Black and White, I have to see like 115 Pokemon, which is pretty difficult to do. And in Black 2, White 2, it's in the battle subway, so it's unobtainable. So that's why my Gen 5 overlay doesn't have that. But for Gen 4, I need to have room for those as well. But besides, here's the thing. There's no point to a bottom screen if Pokebite literally has the moves and the power points on the side. There is no point for the bottom screen. It's literally just a waste of space. Why waste space when you can just make other things bigger? Like the Pokeball image and the Pokemon that's on it. Plus, the resets and blackouts being stacked is, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but at the same time, Gen 5 kinda has to do it. But anyway, I'm gonna switch back. That's the last I'm gonna talk about that. Also, I'm level 13.5. Put it on the right side? John, that is completely that's disgusting. Dude, no. I'm not putting my Pokemon's moveset on the right side of the overlay. That's just stupid. Like, I'm sorry, John, no. The right side is for the timer and the enemy Pokemon stats only. Nothing of mine ever goes on the left side, or on the right side. I'm sorry, John, you may not personally like it, but I don't find a point to have a bottom screen showing if Pokebite will show the moves. There's almost no point to it. I have to have it for Gen 5 onwards because Pokebite's either not compatible or I choose not to use it. Like right now, Pokebite is actually, it can work with Gen 5 now, but I've tried to use it. It really slows my game down. So I'm actually not using it. I did not say the moveset. Get rid of the moveset and put it on the second screen. Okay, that I will not do. That I'm not going to do. I'm not going to get rid of my moveset with Pokebite just to have a bottom screen. That's stupid. Like, the problem is the bottom screen. Like, stuff down there flashes too quickly for people. You know what? Let's talk about something else. I'm not talking about the overlay anymore. I'm not changing it. I spent, like, 2 weeks on these overlays. The whole redesign. They're staying. Alright, level 14. We should be almost there to 15. Man, Illumise is going to have to do this same thing. I wonder if... You know what? I can probably take out the Geodude now. I'm pretty sure that Hiker is a mandatory trainer. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure he's optional. But he does give the 50% XP boost. Honestly, I'm a much higher level than before, so I'll give it a try. Did that thing use rock polish? Of course. Frickin', why does that thing have roll... I think it's only the second Geodude that has rollout. No, you don't. I'm getting revenge on you. Alright, I guess since this one doesn't have rollout... Can you skip the trainer? You can, yeah, but... This guy gives 50%... This guy gives better XP than wild Pokemon. Dude, stop hitting me through the rollouts. Or stop hitting me through the double teams. I seriously didn't fight this trainer? Huh, I could have swore I did. Huh, oops. Well, I guess I don't need to fight Geodude guy anymore. Hey, Kiwi. Alright, Struggle Bug, finally. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of Flash. Flash is just a Sand Attack clone in this game because it was made to be 100% accurate, but not going to be useful for me. Only Flash was 100%. Dude, I wish Flash was 100% in Gen 2. I still haven't forgotten Ledian. Alright. I pretty much always equip an Oranberry here. But yeah, I will need to Aerodactyl to fight. I'm going to set up like 6 double teams, I think. I think I'm going to use turn 1 Confuse Ray first. Hey, at least the hitting itself blocked Sturdy. Nice. Alright, first try. Although that was like 26 minutes worth of training. 7 blackouts is... Honestly, the blackouts didn't really matter in this context because all the blackouts literally did was allow me to do more training on the same trainer. Honestly, the blackouts were kind of helpful. You know what? Let's give this guy some revenge. There. I don't mind more XP. Yeah, she has 2 Pokemon in Ruby and Sapphire, plus the originals, plus her Nosepass doesn't have an Oranberry. Roxanne is just so freaking difficult in Emerald. Yeah, XP's always good, pretty much. I swallowed that soda weirdly. Dude, you know how often I talk to that guy and get false swipe when I don't want it? Happens all the time. I hate how the option's set to Nevermind by default. It's so annoying. Shadow, no, do not use Guag-Hay unless there's an actual Guag-Hay. But there's not, there are no Guagsires in this game, sadly. Also, fun fact, this black belt Hideki right here, for some reason, his Machop has like 24 IVs across the board. When every other trainer in this gym has 0 IVs. Even the gym leader. Brawly's Pokemon, to my knowledge, have 0 IVs. For some reason, that one black belt has a higher amount. You can tell because you see on this Machop, like, Struggle Bug was doing more damage. For some reason, they just gave his Machop just a bunch of steroids or something. I wonder if it's supposed to be a reference of his Pokemon taking steroids or something. Who knows? I probably should have equipped a Silk Scarf. Oh well. And also in this game, it is mandatory to fight Brawly second. You can't skip him. Which actually makes him more of a challenge in this game, for sure. Dude, that thing's spamming Sand Attack. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Are any female Pokemon better than their male counterparts? In Generation 3, Latios is better because it can actually use Struggle. Plusle and Minun. Plusle is far better than Minun. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I forgot to deliver the letter. That was embarrassing. Also, there's a protein right here. I could use this protein, but I'm actually not going to. Axu told me if I get this protein, as well as a PP up before Slayport, I can sell them to guaranteed afford 1 TM in Mauville. Don't use a repel. I need a strength user. That's not a strength user. Nidorino is better than Nidorina. Volbeat is better than Illumise. So honestly, if you're talking male, female, I did not know Plusle minded were gendered specific. Oh yeah, I like the Mystery Dungeon soundtrack. That's why I have all of them in the music pool. I used to have the Ranger music. I don't want that. I used to have the Ranger music in the music pool, but for some reason, the Ranger music was just far quieter than the other games. And I could choose to edit each track individually to make it louder, but I didn't want to bother doing that, so I just took them out of the music pool. A little unfortunate. Alright, PP up. Alright, I'm gonna have to save here. This soda house is always good for training. There's like 5 trainers in here. Bees McQuinn is better than Male Combi. Good point. I think Miltank's better than... Is Miltank better than Tauros? Probably not, no. I mean, I'm thinking Kangaskhan, but there's really no male counterpart to Kangaskhan. Either Chansey. Hey John, I would have watched your Genesect stream if you didn't do it at 2 AM for me. But yeah, how did Genesect go? You're streaming at 3 AM for me, no excuses. Hey, come on, I can't naturally get up that early, okay? Okay, this is, concerning. Yep. I did save before here. Yeah, I should have made sure I was healed. Problem is, random fights can just give you problems. You don't need to get up, stay awake. I have work the next day. Give me a break. Were you able to get access to its drives? I don't know where you would get them in that game. Okay, that was actually kind of scary. In Gen 6 it gets Hone Claws, but Gen 7 it's not a TM. Yeah, they replaced TM1 Workup with TM1 Hone Claws with TM1 Workup. There are no drives, so it had to be the default Bug Steel type. Bug Steel is still a great typing. Only has one weakness. Man, right now, because of all that training I did before Roxanne, I have 54 speed EVs and 35 HP and 28 defense. Alright, so right here in the trick house in Omega Ruby, there's no rare candy inside, but instead, I could choose to get a expert belt and the TM for taunt. The TM for taunt is very niche in this game. It's very useful for Phoebe because the substitute TM is blocked off to one of the random Mirage Islands, and even if I could get it, it does not block Curse starting Gen 5. So any Pokemon that learns Taunt can actually use that move for Phoebe. This is like the only game I play where Taunt can actually be good. But it can't learn it. But I could do it for the Expert Belt. But honestly, I don't think this thing needs the Expert Belt. But I think what I'm going to do it anyway just for the training. Because Volbeat still needs training because its moves aren't that great. So I'm going to do it just for the training. The drive only changes Technoblast type. Oh, it doesn't change the typing? Huh. Alright, let me scroll further down in the notes. What do I do for Watson? Fight everybody, grab 2 TMs in Mauville, round and power-up punch. We want round for neutral coverage. As for Watson, spam power-up punch. No tail glow needed. There's also all the items in here are lava cookies. Crap, I thought Substitute Tail Glow was the strat for this mon. Yeah, Substitute is inaccessible in this game. Even if I were to soar with Latios and just happen to get that Mirage Island, I'm just gonna ban anything from Mirage Islands. Like, if there's a TM or some sort of good held item on one of those islands, I'm just straight up not allowed to use it. Because there's no way to set the luck with, like, which Mirage Island you get. Because it's random once per day. So, it's just, it's inaccessible. You know what's funny? It's kind of like the original Ruby and Sapphire. Because in the original Ruby and Sapphire, the TM or the tutor for Substitute didn't exist. There was no way to get Substitute in Ruby and Sapphire. So in Ruby and Sapphire, you were just straight up at the mercy. You know what's interesting, though? The TM for Taunt is in the Trick House in Ruby and Sapphire, but it's like on the 4th or 5th trip. It's really annoying if you want to get it. But if you're running a Pokemon that super desperately needs the Taunt TM for Phoebe, like there's no way around it, then that's an option. You could do it like much later when you can one-shot everything. Can't recall a Mirage Island? No, it's when you're soaring around with Latios or Latios, and you just see random little islands. They always have like a red sparkle over them, like help tell where they are. Alright, I'm gonna hold the Silk Scarf here. If Sub wasn't in Fire Red, oh good god. The Pidgeot would be so much worse. Dude, set up some double teams. Actually, wait, this thing... I don't remember if that Wailmer has rollout in this fight. I better not. Tackle, Confuse Ray... Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to... There's really no point to Silk Scarf for this fight. I'm just gonna Oran Berry. I'll just Confuse Ray and set up 6 double teams. I've never seen it in Emerald, no. But then again, I never played Emerald as a kid. My first experience with the Hoenn games was the remakes. Kind of like, you know how Steve has that meme where, like, Gen 5 doesn't exist? For me, growing up, Gen 3 didn't exist. The only Gen 3 game I ever played was literally Fire Red and Leaf Green. Man, this would be so bad without double team. Good thing he heals you here. Hold on. I better fight that other guy. But yeah, literally. Generation 3 didn't exist for me as a kid. Like, I've heard stories about gym leaders named Watson and Flannery, but I never knew who those people were. Shadow, is that like some sort of meme? Also, I'm planning to edit the rules for my YouTube stream chat. I'm planning on banning Gen Alpha slang. Every time I see someone online, like, older than me, like, mention the Gen Alpha slang, it makes me want to blow my brains out. Like, stick to the classic memes. Like, anything before, like, within the last 3 years. Alright, sell the protein and the PP up. And guess what? I can buy both Charge Beam and Power Up Punch. What is the Gen Alpha memes? I don't want to say them. I mean, the most recent meme that's come out that I actually like is the whole chicken jockey meme, but I feel like it's a little dated at this point. I don't see people really referencing it anymore. But I know a lot of people joke around with 2 specific numbers that are next to each other right before 10. I'm not going to say it. I don't know what people are talking about when using those 2 numbers, and I kind of don't want to know. And if anyone says them, and if anyone says those 2 numbers unironically, you're gonna get muted. Like, I don't know why everyone's just saying it. Like, I'm even seeing, like, people making YouTube shorts over the age of 30, like, saying that just weird meme slang word. Like, I don't understand it. I'm literally, like, get off my lawn kind of thing. Tail glow, yes. Oh, so long tackle. You know, I may as well teach Charge Beam right now. Actually, no, I need Power Up Punch for Watson first. But then again, it's not just, like, the Gen Alpha memes, it's, like, the slang they use. Like, there's that S word involving that, that toilet video, if you know what I mean, the S word. I know there are people, like, 10 years younger than me who just say that unironically. And then there's also the word that's short for charisma. I don't think that one's... I don't know if that's Gen Alpha or, like, early Gen Z. I don't know. But, I don't want to say them. At least this gen is unlimited TMs. True. Yeah, it's to be trending, because they know their audience with the YouTube shorts. They know the audience. I know why they're doing it. It's because they know a decent chunk of people who scroll across their shorts are under the age of 18. So they're like trying to appeal to the masses. I know why they're doing it. But I refuse to stoop that low. Yeah, I don't know why people are joking about those 2 numbers. Like, what's the... Can anyone find out, like, what the reference to that is. Like, what's the joke? I don't get it. Like, is it the new 69? I mean, that thing's been around since I was a kid. And a lot of people still use that meme to this day because it's a classic. Like, what are the new numbers mean? Alright, anyway, I gotta teach Rock Smash. Oh, I don't think I registered the bike. Does it have to do with some sort of crypto scam? Dang, I thought I had a repel up. Okay, I'm gonna delete Power Up Punch now for Charge Beam. I mean, I have Tail Glow. I don't need Charge Beam for the special attack boosts. I need it for the electric type coverage. So it's the height 6'7" from TikTok? Like, what's the joke behind that? What's the joke behind that? Like, is this supposed to mean something funny? Is that the minimum height that women will date men? Like, is it the new 6 foot? Or the new, like, 6'4"? You know, women are like, you gotta be 6'4", make 6 figures. I don't... Oh, it's from it's from some sort of, like, Gen Alpha song? Oh, God. Keep it away from me. Basically, from what I gather, the meme you're talking about is basically a kid who said those numbers and it's on the internet find that funny. Is it like based on the classic, like, 21 meme? From, like, the early, like, 2010s? The whole 9 plus 10, 21 meme? People don't really use that meme anymore. But then again, it wasn't based off a song. It was based on some sort of... I think it was based off of a Vine. TikTok's destroying a whole new generation. Yeah, I really wish that thing was just banned. Oh, shoot, I forgot to get round. Yeah, it's the reason, like, you know how, like, I do YouTube shorts? I refuse to do TikToks. Like, even if they're just re-uploaded YouTube shorts, I refuse to do it. Because that's not the kind of audience I want. I'm still going hard on Facebook. I only use Facebook for, keeping up to date on, like, what some old, like, high school classmates are up to in their lives. Like, I know which ones, like, have kids of their own, for example, because they always post pictures about it. It's basically like keep tabs, if you know what I mean. Plus, I also follow my my local card shop on there too, because they always post when they get new things. Plus, it's personal use only. The only people that matter are on there. Exactly. Yeah, I'll use the Carbos. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna live that. I should have healed. Good thing I healed here. Short videos rotting the minds. I don't like YouTube Shorts, Facebook Shorts. On Facebook, they're called Reel. In Facebook and Instagram, they're called Reels. But I get what you're saying. Trying to be the actually guy. You watch 20 different videos in 3 minutes. How's the mind handle it? The one thing I like about YouTube Shorts is, like, I constantly doom scroll on my own. Like, I get it. But, sometimes when I'm just bored and I can't think of any long-form content specifically I want to watch, I'll just scroll through shorts. I often end up seeing some educational stuff through there. Like, not all of it's brain rotting. Like, a lot of it, like, a lot of the random Pokemon facts I've learned were from YouTube Shorts. Because sometimes content is meant to be like 60 seconds. It's not meant to be in an 8-minute video. Plus, it often gives me ideas of what to watch. Never made the step to Instagram or Twitter. I really never used Instagram. And for the other one, I would not blame you for that one. Alright, I gotta go get Round. Round is my best neutral damage move. It's a 60 power normal special move. And it's gonna be great. Alright, get rid of... I gotta get rid of Double Team, sadly. We salute you, Double Team, but we gotta have room for the other moves. I mean, I use it for that too, but there's also some other accounts I follow. There's one for Pokemon, like, TCG restocks. Like, it'll automatically put out a post when, like, Walmart or, like, Target puts up some new product for retail price, and sometimes if I feel like it, I'll try to snag one. I fail, but it's worth trying. And there's a lot of other PokeTubers I follow on there as well, like Scott. Like, Scott every now and then will put out some sort of sneak peek to a video, and I'll try to repost it so my Discord server can see it. Why am I... Oh, right, I'm going up Mount Chimney. Uh-oh. Ew, that was close. Hold on. I gotta go back to Mauville and go buy some potions. Oh yeah, Shadow, there are way too many toxic people on there. There were toxic people on there when I originally deleted my old Twitter account back when it was still called Twitter. In 2020, I think was when I deleted it. And I never joined back for like 4 or 5 years. The reason I went back on it now is because I hope to use it to grow my audience further, but so far it's just been reposting memes and stuff. Because, I mean, there's way more of my audience in my Discord server. That hasn't been too useful in that department, but it's also a good thing for, like, directly reaching out to, like, other creators, because a lot of them will have that social media. So it's a lot easier to message them, because YouTube doesn't have a DM feature. It used to have one back in the day. But I kind of wish they still had that. Because not every channel has their business email public. Mine is. Gotta be kidding. Dude, why am I burned? Dude, I don't have a burn berry. I'll just have to deal with it. I mean, at least I'm not using physical moves. I remember YouTube without ads. Good times. Actually, you know what I hate now? I don't know when YouTube recently changed this, but it seems like now more often than ever, I now am getting ads that are like 10 minutes long. And like when I have my phone set to the side and I'm like listening to something and I hear the ad play longer than 10 seconds, I'm like, how long is this? And I see it as like 4 or 5 minutes. So I end up having to pick my phone out of my pocket just to click skip ad. I don't mind ads if they're like 5 seconds long. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to go heal. It's so stupid that that person who sells you lava cookies isn't here. Like, I literally have to go back because I got burned. Freaking stupid. I'm wasting so much time. What even burned me anyway? My god, I hate these Geodudes. Dude, alright. Buy some full heals. I guess I have to start routing in full heals in my runs now. I'm blaming Google for buying YouTube. Honestly, with how big YouTube has gotten, they were going to have to put up ads at some point. Wait, what? Is there an item over here? Hey guys, Giovanni was here. I don't mind their ads being on YouTube because, like, I get the website has to make money. The people who put out content have to make money. Like, I get that. Even I make money through ads. But at the same time, I don't get upset when people use ad block because I'm not a big enough channel to care about that. Besides, I always have ads on for mobile because most of the time I watch through the app. What? What? I was using Tail Glow. Why wasn't I getting the special attack boost? Yeah, what? Did I just not use it? I have to have not used... What? Why is round... What? Why? What? I'm pausing. Oh, the stupid timer's not active. God. What's wrong with round? Is round a physical move? Why am I not getting the special attacks? Why? Like... What? Is the coughing using, like, haze or something to get rid of my special attack boost? Is that what's happening? Because some keeps happening with my special attack boosts. Let me take a look. Yeah, it is. Honestly, I think I know what's happening. I think that coughing has haze. Assurance? What does assurance do? Hold on. Let me read. Tail Glow, Sludge, Poison. I'll just... Wait, what? Clear Smog. That's what it's doing. The thing's using freaking Clear Smog. That's why. When I get the setup, it's just going to go for Clear Smog. Yeah, see? That thing just blew up. I did not expect that to be a problem. Literally coughing. That's impressive. That's insane. Not even actually thought of that to be a problem, and I certainly didn't. Alright, Tail Glow, Clear Smog, Tail Glow, Clear Smog, Clear Smog. And it blew up. Am I just gonna have to use Charge Beam turn 1? I seriously did not expect Clear Smog to be a problem. Hopefully I have one in my special attack. Did that thing just use, acupressure? I swore that thing got it. Or no, it had amnesia. Wow. I legitimately did not expect that. Clear Smog. Well, that's going to be a problem for other Pokemon in the future that have setup moves. And if I have to set up on Tabitha, that's just going to be something I have to deal with. Alright, Swagger. I will say, though, about the whole, like, Tinder ads, I will tell you for sure, whenever you go on the Google Play Store or Apple App Store at any time within the last, like, month and looked up, like, dating apps or something, you'll always get ads for them. It's happened to me multiple times. Sure. Seriously? Oh, now I only have +2 because of that Snarl. Holy crap, Round is so weak. Yeah, this is why I say, like, Tail Glow isn't as good as you think it is. But, like, the ads that I keep getting lately are, like, 30-minute long podcasts. It's insane. Okay, Camerupt using Amnesia is actually very bad. It's good on good Pokemon, but good Pokemon don't get this move. Dude, +3... I need to get the full +6. Men aren't using it as much, and the men are often the one paying for it. Yeah, those things are actually rigged against men, too. Plus, the kind of women that are on it are not the good ones. Alright, +6. Dude. I think I'm just stuck. There's no other good special moves here. Like, I kind of wish I could have an Oranberry instead of a Personberry, but I kind of just have to have the Personberry. But if I can get... I need to get +6 on the Mightyena and have enough HP to survive a Lava Plume. Okay, I'm not even trying that. No, John, Power Up Punch would not help. That was... no. What physical move would I even use with it? Secret Power? And plus, the Mightyena already sets up Intimidate. Okay. This should be enough HP, I think. Barely. Okay. Now, Charge Beam. Just don't miss. Thank you. Alright, yep, we just needed luck. The problem is, John, you would have to use so many power-up punches. Like, even with the help of Swagger. Yeah, you'll be at +3, but I don't think +3 would be enough to one-shot that camera up with secret power. Because remember, a +3 in my special attack was doing like... Actually, yeah, +3 in my special attack with round was literally doing like half. Less than half at that. Physical attack wouldn't really do any better. I missed. That thing used clear smog. Holy crap. I am really starting to hate this move now. Literally, clear smog is my biggest weakness. It just gets rid of all of my setup. But then again, that was an optional trainer. Damn it. I didn't think that was going to go too well. Yeah, plus if you're not willing to pay the extremely expensive prices, you're never going to get matches at all. Okay. Interesting, light screen. I'm not sure how to deal with that. Oh. Stall out the light screen with Protect? What level am I? 27. Oh, dude, okay. Hmm. Where am I going to do training? I have no rare candies. Oh. And now I kind of wish I had the acrobike. Dude, why is everything out to poison me? I should have done more trainers. Like, including the trainers surrounding Mauville. I should have done all of them. But despite the fact, though, this Pokemon still sucks. I'm gonna go do the wind straights. Yeah, this is way worse XP now because I'm a higher level. Yeah, I should have done more training earlier. Because the thing is, with having Protect, it can help stall out the light screen. Because I'm pretty confident with Torkoal not having access to light screen, I'm pretty sure +6 can kill it. John, I have 31 attack EVs. That wouldn't really be a thing. Oh, they do give you a Macho Brace in this game. I could have swore they didn't. But yeah, this training isn't going to be as efficient now. I just kind of have to do it. Kind of sucks. Yeah, Axu, I don't know if you just joined in, but I just found something that neither one of us predicted would be a problem. Tabitha having clear smog. I had like 5 or 6 resets on him because of that. He kept getting rid of my boosts. Okay, protect. I'm gonna get rid of... round. Actually, wait, no, that wasn't the right move. I should have gotten rid of charge beam. I'm not gonna fight the rest of these guys. Yeah, this game is giving me problems that I never knew existed. I did not expect clear smog to be my biggest weakness. This is why Tail Glow isn't as good as you think. Wow. Just go right for the knockout, why don't you? +6 round guarantees the Torkoal at 32 without light screen? Oh my god. Oh my god. Problem is, I don't have access to rare candies, and if I'm not gonna kill it... Where can I even do training? Guess I just have to fight everyone in the gym. This run's miserable. I mean, I have 31 special attack EVs, so I'm hoping level 30 will be enough. If anyone has access to Kingler Calc open right now, how much damage would I do to the Torkoal at level 30 with +6 with the Silk Scarf using round with 30 special attack EVs? Oh my god. Dude, I can't kill anything. Clear smog. That's it. I'm training in the wild. I am not training in this gym. I don't care. I'm training in the grass. I'm just gonna get to level 30. Who knows? Maybe level 30 might be a range. Two-shot? So wait, level 30... Wait, John, are you doing level 30 Silk Scarf plus 6 using round with 30 special attack EVs? No, John, plus 6. No, plus 6. I'm going for plus 6 on Slugma. You can go plus 6 if it light screens into Sunny Day, but the problem is I would have to protect stall. But it's doable. It one-shots. Okay, that's what I want to know. Thanks. Man, if Hidden Power was available at this point like it is in the originals, Hidden Power Water would have made my life so much easier. But Hidden Power is not available till Fortree. 87? I like those odds. Honestly, I could what would the odds be at level 29? Well, at least Num will give special attack. That's good. Dude, Signal Beam doesn't one-shot a level 14 Machop. That's just sad. Kinda sucks how I'd have to go up and down the cable car every time. 31%? Yeah, that's not great. You may be saying, why not use a rare candy? There is literally no rare candy obtainable at this point. Yeah, I think I severely overestimated this Pokemon, based on my over-under. What the... Dude, I have no moves. That was actually pretty funny. I saved before him, just have 0 moves. There's gotta be, like, one gym trainer in here I can beat. Dude, I just wish they would stop using Clear Smog. And I'm burned. Okay. What? I was so close to a level up. Well, oh no, I have full heals. I don't need to leave. I have full heals. I think this kid has coughing. See ya, Shadow. Coughing with flamethrower. Alright, level 30. And on the bright side, that Numel training gave me extra special attack EVs. I'm not even trying. Yeah, I get that, John, but I don't need to train anymore. Level 30 will be enough. It just sucks really bad that I had to get rid of Double Team. And remember, the TM for it is banned. I cannot use the TM to relearn it. I'd have to use a heart scale. Alright, Tail Glow, Sunny Day. It's gonna light screen. Okay. Protect. I'll have to go for round now to kill it. Sun's still up. Protect. Okay, the sun's gone now. Wait, what? Oh, the light screen was still up. I'm honestly very impressed I tanked that, not gonna lie. Okay, that was actually pretty impressive. Well, thankfully the sun was gone. Oh my god, that miserable nightmare is done. Level 30 helped? Oh, I'm sure it did, yeah. On the bright side, with the erratic growth rate right now, I will slowly start to level up faster. Alright, Chesto Berry. I mean, get this. Norman is going to be absolutely free. Compared to how Flannery went. Look at this. Protect and Tail Glow. Yeah. I'm going to use a Protect turn 1 for safety. Good thing I did that. So yeah, see? Norman was an absolute joke compared to how Flannery went. Flannery was an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I should have done all the training. Like, literally even the training to Verdendorf Town. I should have done that too. It definitely would have made me get to level 30 quicker, but the training wouldn't have prevented those resets on Maxie or Tabitha. Because Tabitha, the resets were because of Clear Smog. Literally, the extra training would not have prevented those resets. It probably would have prevented the resets on the gym trainers, so I wouldn't have been trying to fight them. But, yeah. Sell the guard spec, Macho Brace, Heartstone, Dire Hit. Roxanne to Flannery was a gauntlet. It definitely was. Oh, God. I'm not looking forward to how Illumise is going to go. Illumise doesn't get Tail Glow. I went on the bike for one tile. Alright, I'm going to go for Protect turn 1. And I'm on my own. Curse. Oh, God. Alright, now my best friend, Citrus Berries. Citrus Berries are really good in this game. Like, in fact, before most major battles, I'll just equip one. Oh, I just realized I forgot Dazzling Gleam. I mean, I don't really need Dazzling Gleam right now. I don't even think I saved before this guy. I don't know why this just always has to happen. Well, I forgot Dazzling Gleam anyway. I know there was a trainer there. 25 HP is good. Yeah, it would have activated Swarm, which would be nice, but not when I'm brittle. Alright, here she is. What is that? Gross. Dude. Honestly, could I teach it now? Honestly, I don't think I need Protect anymore. How's my Legends EA experience so far? I'm nearing the end of the game. And, the game is actually really, really good. Like, don't listen to the trolls on social media and YouTube. The game's really good. The people saying it's like one of the worst games they've ever seen, I've never played it. It's just people hating for the sake of hating. Where do you get Shadow Ball? In Mount Pyre. Which is after the 6th gym. Honestly, Dazzling Gleam is... No, I was going to say Dazzling Gleam is going to be a good neutral move for Camerupt, but then I just realized Fire resists Fairy. The type matchup I often forget exists. Yeah, Fire does resist Fairy. I don't know why. Dude. Come on, use Curse turn 1. You know you want to. You know what's interesting? I also believe 2 things at once right now. I am looking forward to the DLC coming out to add more stuff, but at the same time, they should not have announced it before the game came out. I think a lot of people might not buy it in protest, but I think most people, like, who are going to do that anyway, will probably play the game, liked it so much, and will get it. But I'm not going to buy it now, obviously. That's just dumb. Yeah, I have to keep Round. Even if you take into account same type attack bonuses, I'm pretty sure Round is still better. Curse, thank you. Oh, takedown miss. That takedown miss was absolutely necessary. I would not have won without that takedown miss. I don't know what the alternative for that was. It probably would have had to have been used Curse twice. I baited. I already am dumb. I mean, if you knew you were going to get it anyway. Yeah, like 6 months after would have been fine. Like, even if they wanted to come out in February, like, wait till January to announce it. Or at least wait for the game to have been out for, like, yeah, like a couple months first. I still think, in the best case scenario, I think the reason they did that was to hype up the game even more, knowing that there would be more content coming. But it ended up doing the opposite. Hey, Dazzling Gleam was pretty good for the Combustion, at least. Yeah, this is one of those Pokemon, like, when it gets ranked on my leaderboard, it's probably going to get last place. This thing will not deserve a second playthrough. I mean, yeah, I could have done more training, but at the same time, all those resets on Tabitha and Maxie would not have been prevented if I had remembered to do the training. It only really mattered for Flannery, because I had to, like, backtrack and do it. But this thing does not deserve a second run. It's too awful. Well, John, it's not even Day 1 DLC. It's pre-Day 1. But here's the even worse part. The actual DLC isn't even available yet. Like, the actual story part of it doesn't come out till February 28th. So you buying the DLC right now just gives you Day 1 access once it comes out. Literally buying it right now just gets you outfits. That's all it does right now. That honestly makes it even worse. It's more like you're pre-ordering DLC. I mean, at the same time, I'll probably end up getting it, but I'm not going to get it until, like, probably a week before. Just save my money right now. Yeah, everything has DLC nowadays, but how often is it with other companies where they'll announce DLC when the game's not even out yet? They announced it a month before the game came out, and it's not even available for 4 months anyway. Like, how often does that specific thing happen? Mass Effect 3 had that. At least it was only a character. I mean, the only other equivalent thing I can think of would be, like, fighter passes. Like how, you know, like, Smash Bros. Had fighter passes. It was sort of like DLC, but not really. I'm sure there are fighting games that announce those Day 1. But, like, before? Like, before the game's even out? And don't get me wrong, Kiwi, I like Pokemon DLCs in general. I think DLC is a far greater direction than third versions. I completely agree with that. Like, I think it's better that you can unlock more content while keeping your original save. You gotta be kidding. Wow. Tri-attack freeze. Wait, did I even save in that gym? Oh, I did. Okay. Wow. Reset because of Tri-attack freeze. That's new. Oh no, you stole my Chesto Berry. Whatever shall I do? Oh my god. I'm out of healing items. I mean, on the bright side, citrus berries make good emergency healing items, although I hate doing that. Okay, it's nice to know that guy doesn't see you. You paid for tracks that would come out months later. Okay, that is a good point, but here's my question. Was the DLC for Mario Kart 8 announced before the game came out? Or was it after the game came out? That's the one difference here. Was it before or after? That's the important thing. Pokemon Legends EA did it before the game came out. Dude, stop using Sand Attack. Damn. DLC often only does post-game. That's the great thing about it. Like, think of, like... What's a good example? Ruby and Sapphire to Emerald. The main differences were, like, Emerald had a massive post-game. Like, they had the entire Battle Frontier. Diamond and Pearl to Platinum had the Battle Frontier. And, like, had some more post-game stuff. But, like, the main story was, like, give or take 85% the same. I don't know, but the concept paying before you can access it. I'm not mad about them releasing DLC when it's not out yet. I'm upset they announced it before the game was even out. That's the part I'm upset about. Like, here's an alternative reality. Like, they could have announced this DLC in January 1st. They could have announced the DLC January 1st and say, if you purchase it now, it'll be available on February. That's one thing. But if you do that when the game's not even out yet, that is what I'm upset about. If they had just done that whole thing later, then people wouldn't have been as upset. It's the fact that the game wasn't even out yet, and they were already pushing the DLC. That's what people were upset about. Third version's pretty much a remake, so it can fix the early game. I mean, yeah, there are pros and cons, but, like, here's one example. Like, with Scarlet and Violet, let's say they did make a third version called, like, Pokemon Teal, for example. I'm just making up a name. Pokemon Teal. And the main story was 90% the same, but the only difference was all that DLC stuff was added to its post-game. People would actually be pretty pissed off because they would have to replay the main story again if they want access to the post-game. Like, it's the reason why, like, back in the day, like, Pokemon Platinum and Emerald did not sell that well. The reason Platinum didn't sell that well was because most people already bought Diamond and Pearl and played it. They did not want to buy the same game again. That's the reason it didn't sell as good. First time I've done that side. Okay, my first candy. Holy, you're fast. What's the team looking like? What? My team is just a Volbeat. I'm confused. Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, if they announce the DLC early and you can buy it and have access to it in 2 months, if they had just done that but not do it before the game came out, people wouldn't have been upset. Like, at least wait till, like, I don't know, the end of December or something to announce that and just have it come out in February. People would not have been as upset. Because people would have had time to play the game and finish it, and they'd be like, man, that was fun. And then the DLC gets announced later, and they're like, oh man, even more goodness. Like, I hope you're all understanding. Yeah, a second playthrough like it's a lifestyle. I'm not doing a second playthrough because I haven't even beaten the main story yet. Plus, I plan to do other things. Like make a living dex. Also, there's some more citrus berries. Dang it. Oh no, a Jigglypuff. True, but we'll say Platinum saved Gen 4. The AI is broken in Gen 4. Okay, I feel like Diamond and Pearl was kind of an exception because of how poorly the games were coded. I feel like that was kind of an exception. Oops. But here's the thing, like, most people who played Diamond and Pearl liked it. Like, I've looked at, like, Google reviews. Diamond and Pearl is at, like, 93%. Like, people generally like the games. I mean, they like Platinum better, obviously, but I feel like that's kind of an exception. Like, here's one example. Like, let's bring up the Scarlet and Violet example again. You know, you guys remember how bad Scarlet and Violet ran on the Switch one when it came out? Imagine if a year later, like, right now on the Switch one, it still doesn't run that good. But let's just say a year later, they released Pokemon Teal, like the third version to Scarlet and Violet, and they changed it to where the game runs good, but the story is still essentially the same. They added the post-game stuff, and it's the exact same price. Like, you would essentially have to buy the game again. It's $60. Most people would not be willing to do that. Most people would rather just deal with the lower performance than spend another $60. But, like, I get, like, back in the day, third versions were kind of necessary because downloadable patch files to fix glitches weren't a thing back then. So third versions were kind of necessary. But third versions aren't necessary anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Replace round with Shadow Ball? I should. I did save, right? I probably saved before one of the trainers. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I saved before one of the trainers. Yeah. It would be my best neutral move. Get rid of round. That move's awful. I hate it. Ike style. Oh. I get it now. There we go. John, Sword and Shield is better off with the DLC, because I can guarantee you, if they did release a third version of Sword and Shield that fixed, like, not like fixed the main story, but like made it better, I can guarantee you so many people would be pissed off. You know why? Because remember, Sword and Shield were the first set of Pokemon games to cost 60 bucks. Third versions nowadays would be pretty expensive to people. And people are like, why in the ever-living crap would I pay $60 for 90% the same game? Third versions just don't roll well anymore. You used Watchhog? I never used Watchhog. But yeah, I can guarantee you a lot of people would not be happy about that. I still think DLC is a better direction. Yeah, exactly. They don't work because of the price. You can't do it anymore. But instead, having DLC that comes out later and it's half of the price of the game, like 30, that's generally better. A lot of people can sort of get behind that now. But then again, I've actually seen some arguments from people saying that they should just keep the third versions because, like, when the new game comes out, they'll just know for a fact that if they wait, like, 1 to 2 years, they can get a better version for the same price. I can guarantee you almost no one is doing that. Like, when Diamond and Pearl came out in 2006, there was not a single person who's like, I'm going to wait 2 years for them to come out with a third version, which will be better. Because remember, third versions were precedent with Emerald. I can guarantee you no one was doing that. It's the reason the games like Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum did not sell well. Pokemon Crystal was actually the worst selling Pokemon game in the main series. It only sold like 6 million copies throughout its entire life cycle. Okay, how much money do I have? Alright, I'm gonna go buy some vitamins. I should have done this earlier, but I need to go buy some vitamins now. I need iron. Yeah, hold that iron. Keep that PP max, actually. Aw, you don't want to buy a Metachamite? Alright, half off vitamins. Okay, let's see. I need 4 calcium. And probably the rest in iron. Alright, I don't know if rest will be needed, but just in case. Dang it. I hate how she can see me from that far. How fast would Megas go? They'd be incredibly broken and the game wouldn't be that fun. Like, Megas were actually pretty interesting in Gen 2 and I backported them. Well, I've only done one so far, Mega Scolipede. The reason it was interesting was because, like, even though their stats were super good, they weren't immediately good by default. The problem is, Gen 6 are notoriously easy games, because the games literally hand out free Megas, and the trainers don't really have that many Pokemon. Like, the game wouldn't even be fun. There'd be like no challenge at all. I mean, some solo runs don't really have any challenge, like if I was doing like a legendary, but even then, like, If I was playing this game with like Kyogre, I'm sure there could still be problems. Seriously? Alright, and get this, Dazzling Gleam. Check this out. Boom. Look at X and Y versus ZA. Oh, ZA is a much harder game. You know what reminds me? I saw J-Rose on X gave his opinion on Legend ZA, because I'm assuming he completed the game because he was updating people on his progress. He said he didn't end up really liking the game that much because he said the real-time battle system doesn't really work well for Pokemon because there's no strategy, it's just button mashing and the battles are too easy. I severely disagree with that. Because you gotta remember, more powerful moves have longer recharge time, and especially when you're doing those like rogue mega battles. The problem is with those, you gotta be constantly moving, and if you don't use your moves wisely, you'll be out of your best moves. And besides, like, I have a team of 6 right now that's like 7 levels over leveled, and I'm fighting some of the later game bosses right now. I still end up having like 5 of my Pokemon faint, and I'm always spamming full restores. But then again, I don't even know if J-Rose even likes the newer gens. I think he's just an older gen player. Like, I don't even know what his opinion is of X and Y. I wonder if that kind of has a bias towards it. Who knows? Alright, I'm going to try and do some training here. I do have one complaint, though, about the multiplayer. I really wish there was an option for link battles. I do not like the fact that that game got rid of link battles. Like, can't there be an option where just, like, you and one friend just, like, hook up and just battle each other, just, you know, with that battle system in mind? Kind of like how, like... What's an example? Kind of like, for example, like, whenever you fight, like, a random trainer in ZA, when it's just one-on-one, like, why can't there be a link battle option? Where just you and a friend duke it out with 6 Pokemon? Why can't that be a thing? That is one thing I'm very upset about with the game so far. That's probably my least favorite thing about it so far, is the fact they got rid of link battles. Like, the only thing you can really do with your friends is literally just doing ranked battle royales. And it's not the same thing as link battles. Like, just have old-fashioned link battles. Like, it would be pretty fun to do that. But I don't know why they got rid of it. Oh, Axew, so you're the butt wipe that's been killing me with Mega Metagross. Nah, I'm just kidding. I only played up to rank K. I really should play further, though, but I literally did it just to get the Greninjite before the event ran out. Even though I don't plan to use Mega Greninja, I want Chestnut's Megastone, because I have Chestnut on my team. Fun fact, Chespin was my first ever X and Y starter. I remembered specifically. I did do repeated playthroughs before, but I remember specifically Chespin was my first. He loves the Gen... Oh, really? He likes Gen 9. Well, not Gen 9. I meant, like, X and Y. And I remember he said that he thought Legends Arceus was just way better, and honestly, I kind of have to disagree with him. My main problem with Legends Arceus is the game is way too grindy. Like, in order to truly beat the game where you battle Arceus and defeat Volo, because most people consider that the true end of the game is when you beat Volo and Arceus. Spoilers for a 4-year-old game. Or a 3-year-old game. But, in order to, like, beat Arceus, you have to catch all the Pokemon in the Pokedex, including Spiritomb. And without a walkthrough, you are not catching Spiritomb. That's my problem with the game. At least in ZA, catching Pokemon's optional. Like, filling out, like, your Pokedex, getting those points with Mabel. Like, that's all optional stuff. You get TMs out of it, which is pretty good, but it's not, like, hard required, if you know what I mean. Surprisingly, Volbeat has handled this training quite well. And also, right now, at level 46, the erratic growth rate is starting to catch up, so we're starting to level up pretty quick now. Oh, nice. The group of 3. I don't know his thoughts on X and Y. I know he doesn't like Gen 7 too many cutscenes. Such a baby. Dude. People complain about the cutscenes. Gen 7 is one of the best generations. I don't care what people say. Gen 7's like top 3 for me. I was upset when the games initially released in 2016 that there were no gyms, but the Totem Trials definitely made up for it because they were actually very difficult. TMs are better than area progression. Absolutely. But, like, filling out your decks was mandatory. But I remember I was having the... Hold on. Huh. What was I talking about? That's the guy who gives you Psych Up. Oh yeah, TMs and area progression. I remember Shadow Stitch and I were having this discussion, and he said catching Pokemon wasn't... He said, like, you didn't have to grind out the like, those little, like, Pokedex entries where, like, for Bidoof, it'll say something like... Like, it'll say something like, use Tackle 20 times. He's like, you didn't have to do any of that. I mean, when you get far enough in the game, just catching Pokemon won't cut it. You actually have to do research tasks. Like, it made catching Pokemon mandatory. That I didn't like. And then again, I literally do living dexes for fun now in the new games. I don't like it when the game forces me to do that. It's kind of like that meme where, like, that one guy's like, you know what? I think I need to clean my room. And then your mom comes in and is like, hey, clean your room. And then you're like, well, now I don't want to clean my room. It's literally that meme. I'll say with Speed Up, Gen 7's a lot better. The original Speed's kind of boring. I will say, though, Gen 7 onwards has killed replayability. But then again, I can't really judge much about replayability when I'm literally playing the game on Speed Up. And I'm already almost level 50. At least the levels are starting to catch up now. Based on my over-under, I hope you guys picked the over, because, my guess was so bad. Oh, God. It was super bad. Alright, Fisherman Ronald. He only has 3 Gyarados in this game, sadly. I still do not understand how EVs work in Legends ZA. Does it still work like in normal games? Like, if you wanted to max out your attack, just buy, like, 25 proteins or something? Yeah, but then again, I cannot play Pokemon games anymore without being on Speed Up. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm too used to this. Also, I think this is going to be the last trainer. Yeah. You know what I'm sad about? Maybe I just skipped the guy, but Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald had a cool trainer on this route named Warren. Like, cool trainer Warren was on vacation here. I don't know if he even exists in this game. Like, I haven't seen him. You know, that honestly would explain why, when I was trying to grind for the Greninja Megastone, I was constantly getting my ass kicked. The closest I came to winning was tying for first place. Also, I actually did look up a list of all the megas that are in Scarlet and Violet. I'm not gonna potentially, well, as a heads up, I will potentially spoil what some of the new megas are. Like the normal ones, like not like late game ones, but like, yeah, just a little heads up on that. The only megas that actually aren't in Legends EA are mostly ones from Hoenn. The Hoenn starters, Latios, Latios, Diancie, and Mewtwo. I think those are the only megas that aren't in ZA right now. Hopefully the DLC fixes that, because it's safe to assume we're not going to get megas in Gen 10. So hopefully the DLC adds the rest of those and more. And from what I've heard, in the game's code, Mega Mewtwo, X and Y, and Mega Diancie is actually in the code, but actually go unused. Rayquaza. Oh, and Groudon Kyogre, true. Are you going to play the multiplayer on Discord? Like, what do you mean? Wow, that is a lot of damage. Did I forget to heal? Thank God Lunatone went for my HM user. That would have killed me. Alright, Tate and Liza was a first try. Nice. Then again, Tate and Liza are not that good in this game. Plus, especially since spread moves like Surf and Dazzling Gleam, they only spread out the damage by 3/4 instead of half, like they did in the older games, so Surf is actually a decent move for them. Not now, but in the future, like you did with battles against Shadow. I do plan at some point to do live stream of some ranked battles, potentially. Because they are actually pretty fun. They're pretty fast-paced, and... But then again, I did keep getting my butt kicked, but I think that was because I'm pretty sure the opponents were using EV training. I can guarantee it. I think they had teams all set up and ready to go. I was just using my starter and like 2 other things. Hold on, I have like no held item. EV train and bottle cap for not using alphas. Is there an advantage to using alphas? Are alphas like EV trained or something? Dang it. Alphas have 3 perfect IVs and max HP EVs. They really have max HP? Interesting. That would explain why they always feel like they're so hard to knock out. Alright, time for the maxi fight. Okay. Tail glow, scary face. Another scary face. Oh, a taunt. Okay, now I'm gonna... That thing just blew up. Ah, Citrus Berry, get wrecked. Okay, that acrobatics kind of hurt. But the question is, do I outspeed the Camerupt? Wow. -4 speed, and I still outspeed Camerupt. Classic. Alphas have also bigger ranges with some moves, so if you were to do rank ZA battles, like, to actually, like, get a win streak going, or, like, to get rank A, you essentially have to use alphas. And that doesn't seem fun. Also, I'm not gonna say why, but I've seen a lot of memes that Wild Area 17 is so freaking scary. I didn't look up why, but I decided to go there when I unlocked it, and I can definitely see why. Uh, you don't need to use them. They're mostly for cosmetic. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. So the only difference with alpha is just their range. Actually, I was trying not to spoil it in case anybody was wondering why. But, whatever. It's not that much of a spoiler. Yeah, there's a bunch of Pyroar there, including an Alpha Pyroar. It's not just the fact that they're Pyroars, they spam Earth Power on you. And Earth Power literally, like, hits you from under your feet. Almost impossible. It's really hard to avoid, let alone if 7 of them are using Earth Power. Kinda insane. Alright. Time for Groudon. Earth Power hits you when you're on the building. How does that even work? Does it, like, go through people's living rooms? That's funny. You got slaughtered. I got slaughtered, too. I will say, though, my very first death, or my very first blackout, was on one of the Rogue Megas. It was a Mega Barbaracle. That thing is insanely fast. Plus, the way that thing uses close combat, it's like always right behind you, followed by like some sort of Hyper Beam move. Oh. I feel like it was okay for me to say that, because Barbaracle is one of the early Megas. But there was another later Mega I almost died to, but I won't say what it is. Because that is later in the game. You like the changes? I do, yeah. No, do not do that. Alright, I'm gonna... Shadow Ball. Oh, nice, turn 1 rest. Wow. You know what's funny? I first tried Primal Groudon, but Flannery was so hard. But yeah, sometimes Groudon can just throw the fight. But sometimes he's an absolute menace. There's just nothing you can really do about it. Yeah, John, Oras, to me, are the definitive Hoenn games. I don't care what people say that, like, Emerald is the definitive Hoenn game. I absolutely disagree with that. Oras are far better games than Emerald. The growth rate is why. True, but it is still Groudon, which is kind of funny to think about. And so far, my biggest weakness this whole run, besides, like, hitting myself, has literally been Clear Smog. Oh, damn it. That was embarrassing. The puzzles are kind of harder in this game, because you actually have to walk diagonally for some parts of it. The one thing I like, though, is that there are actually multiple ways of solving the puzzle. Alright, Personberry. Have you tested out the EV training with horde battles? I actually did in X and Y. Horde battles do not give you more EVs. They don't. So if you do a horde of 5 Zubats, it's just 5 speed EVs. But yeah, it doesn't. Why did I do that? It's a shame it doesn't, though, because if it did, I would find a way to, like, buy honey or something and just do horde battles for EVs. It's a shame it doesn't work, though. Alright, I need 63 to 64 for Wally. But, oh my god. I am going to go around the region and get all the rare candies. Would horde battles for EV still be useful? Not really. You would need to have a spread move to knock out 5 at once. I will say, though, I am a little jealous about SOS training in Sun and Moon. The fact it gives you double the EVs. I am really jealous. I really wish other Gen 6 had something similar. It would especially be useful for all the bad Pokemon, too. One thing I like in this game is you can fly to routes. Alright, Petalburg. There is an Acrobike locked candy, but I don't want to switch bikes, so I'm actually going to skip it. Yeah, there's one rare candy locked off by the Mach Bike, one by the Acrobike. So it doesn't really matter which bike you choose to play with. But I do Mach Bike just because it's faster. Like with Oras, the games are the overworld in general is bigger, so Acrobike honestly feels slow. Oh my god. I really got to make sure to keep flying slot 1. I think that's... yeah, that's all the rare candies I can think of. I miss Soaring. Yeah, Soaring was pretty cool. Candies. No, do the trainers in the league first. Oh, wait, no, there is another rare candy. I forgot about this candy. That one. Alright. I need to make sure I have plenty of repels. Buy some full restores. Okay. Mind you, the Elite Four trainers don't have EVs. Gen 7's harder in the late game. That is true. But Volbeat, if there was a way to do like SOS training for EVs with Volbeat for special attack in this game, this wouldn't be as bad. This girl has a Frostlass. Have you played a Pokemon where the candies aren't needed? In any game? Probably no. Because if you think about it, the most powerful Pokemon that you may think don't need candies are in the slow level up group. I don't think so. Like, even with the most powerful Pokemon, you're still going to need rare candies. Rare candies are just too valuable. Why am I using Shadow Ball when I have Dazzling Gleam? Honestly, I think because of how the erratic group works, I wonder if I should just use them now. No, wait till before Wally. Yeah, Gen 1 Mewtwo needs rare candies because of the slow level up group. I'm not really doing too good on EP. Dang it. On the bright side, Dazzling Gleam will be nice here. Even White Cure and Black and White 1 had to use candies. Yeah, I don't think there's any Pokemon that... I mean, there are Pokemon that could skip candies, but the problem is it efficient? Like, even Pokemon that looks like they may not need candies will actually help them speed up the game, because they can get to another higher level quicker. You're stacked 34 people? Oh my god. You know what I've noticed? The Mega Scolipede stream actually had a max viewership of like 28. And I was thinking that's just because, like, it's a new Mega. Like, people are searching up the new Megas, like Scolipede and Dragonite. But if the pattern continues, then welcome, people. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. Should I use my candies before Sydney? Yeah, just use the candies. Yeah, candies. I have 11. This will take me straight to level 70. I may as well use my PP max on Bug Buzz and a PP up on Dazzling Gleam. Why not? Swagger. Okay, I probably should have equipped a berry for that. Uh-oh. Yep. I deserve that. I like the Ho and Elite Four. The Ho and Elite Four have pretty good teams. Honestly, it was Oras that gave them better teams. And it's not just the whole argument of, well, there's more Pokemon. I think Sydney having Sharpedo instead of Crawdaunt is actually better because it's way faster and has better attacking stats. And Oras, they made Glacia's team a lot better by giving her Frostlass, and Phoebe obviously having a Dusknoir. I mean, even if she had the 2 Dusclops, like, if they went, like, truly faithful and made it 2 Dusclops, that still would have been fine. And, for Drake, they replaced one of his Flygons with a Kingdra, which makes sense. Plus in the rematches, they'll have Mega Pokemon. Personberry again. Well, plus, the thing is with Sharpedo, its speed is very fast. Whenever I do runs in Ruby and Sapphire, I always have to take into account the speed of that Sharpedo. Okay, I'm gonna reset if I get cursed. Yep. I do not want curse turn 1. This is why Taunt is actually a good move. Specifically for this fight. You had Bug Buzz. I was spamming Bug Buzz. Are you saying, like, I didn't have to set up any Tail Glows? Honestly, due to how bulky Dusclops is, I'm pretty sure I need the Tail Glow. I do not believe for a fact Shadow Ball can one-shot a Dusclops. Is Curse different in Gen 6? No, it's Ghost-type Curse. I don't want Ghost-type Curse. I'm gonna die. Okay, Confuse Ray. There we go. Phoebe will either go for Confuse Ray or Curse turn 1. And without the ability to block Curse, I have to essentially do that if I can't learn Taunt. Like, if I can't learn Taunt, and I know for a fact I can't one-shot Dusclops, which most Pokemon can't, you're essentially just going to get resets on Phoebe. It's kind of a similar thing in Ruby and Sapphire, because the tutor for Substitute doesn't exist. That's just something you kind of have to do. Okay. Crunch. Light screen. Yeah, the late game is honestly pretty easy with this thing. It's just literally the first 4 gyms were so brutal. At least they changed teams unlike the gym leaders except Flannery. Yeah, Flannery was the only gym leader they changed. They replaced one of her 2 Slugmas with a Numel. But I will say, though, Norman, in my opinion, was harder in Ruby and Sapphire than in Emerald, because him having 2 Slacking is actually pretty powerful, but the movesets they gave it weren't really that good. His Slacking, honestly, I think Norman would be a lot harder if Power Up Punch didn't exist. But I will say, though, in the original Ruby and Sapphire, his second Slacking had access to Focus Punch, which is not really a good move for a Slacking to have. Unless it, like, used Yawn on you or something. Alright, time to go Resto Chesto. Honestly, I don't think I need Resto Chesto. I think just a Petra Berry will be enough. Because I only need to set up to +6. Which is literally just 2 Tail Glows. And Taunt is out of the... Oh, yeah. I mentioned this earlier in the stream. In Ruby and Sapphire, it is in the Trick House, the Tauntium, but instead of it being on your first trip like it is in the remix, it's on your 5th trip. Yeah. Thank God I am not part flying type. Also, fun fact, all these trainers that have Mega Pokemon, like Steven with Mega Metagross, Steven is hard-coded to always save Metagross for last. So he can never send it out second. Similar thing with like Zinnia's Salamence and Maxie's Camerupt. They will always save them for last. They will not send them out early. It's literally scripted. You have to check out the Norman rematch team. It's very funny. Focus Punch Blissey. I mean, that's its best physical move. Oh, it could have bullet punched. Oh, thankfully it didn't. Alright, break time. I'm just gonna end the poll. I severely overestimated this. Like, here's the thing. Tail Glow, despite raising your special attack by 3, cannot make up for bad stats. Like, honestly, when it comes to doing, like, a solo run challenge, like, when you look at the Pokemon, I would say the #1 most important thing is its moveset. Like, what moves it can have, because Pokemon can have good stats and terrible moves. There's also another factor, like, with setup moves, for example, like Nasty Plot, Swords Dance. The question is, do they have the stats to utilize it well? In Volbeat, the answer is no. It does not have the stats to utilize it. And you know what's funny? This Pokemon got buffed. Like, starting Gen 6, I believe, it was given an extra 20 in defense and an extra 10 in special defense. This thing is literally buffed. Gen 7? Really? Let me look. Oh, you're right, it was Gen 7. Oh, so my stats in the starting soon screen were incorrect. Oops. In my defense, most of the Pokemon that got stat buffs were in Gen 6. Honestly, so yeah, if Volbeat did not have access to the extra defense, imagine if it did. The extra 20 defense and 10 special defense would have made a huge difference, I think. Also, this is a fight in the credits. You don't have to win the fight. You don't gain experience from the fight either. It's always fastest to actually try to win the fight. Kind of similar to the AZ fight, except the AZ fight is after I've already ended my run. Yeah, 55 is low. Yeah, Gen 7, they gave it 75 defense. I literally... Yeah, if Oras had access to the Volbeat that had higher defensive stats, I think this Pokemon would have done a lot better. Absolutely would have. Yeah, Axio, I think the reason Melodic and Zangoose do good despite the erratic growth rate is their movesets. Like, Zangoose gets very early Swords Dance. And Zangoose has the stats to utilize it, because it has a great attacking stat. It's kind of like imagine giving, like bulk up on Machop, for example. Just because Machop has bulk up does not make it good. It doesn't have the stats to utilize it properly. So for most fights, it has to set up like 4 or 5 times, and that opens it up to lots of hits. That's the problem Volbeat had to do. Alright, time for the Delta episode. The runs ended Zinnia. Yeah, not going for Resto Chesto on Steven was definitely very risky. You know what's interesting? I've never once used Hidden Power Ice. Thankfully, I've started to memorize where all the fights are. I have 178 speed. I'm pretty sure I outspeed everything in the game now. Oh, you guys want to know a fun fact? In Pokemon Emerald, when you fight Steven Stone, right before you fight him, he talks about the multi-battle you had at the Satopolis Space Center. Even though the Space Center is in Moss Deep, not Satopolis. I have no idea how they didn't catch that. Hey, actually, what is Zinnia's Noivern speed? I think that would be the fastest Pokemon in the game. Really? Hold on. The speed on Mega Salamence, is that before or after it Mega Evolves? Because remember, when a Pokemon Mega Evolves... Oh, I wonder if... There was that Pokemon tail that popped out of the ground. I wonder if it would have blocked the trainer's eyesight, kind of like it does in Gen 5. That would have been a good time to test that. The online battle ZA is better than the Alola Royale. Okay, the Alola Royale, I agree, completely sucked. Even as a kid, I never did it because I saw how bad it was. The reason I know Noivern is Gen 6 is because of the Pokemon anime. I don't remember what her name is, but that Pokemon photographer lady from Gen 6, she was in the anime, and she does make a reference in the games. She's the one who gives you the XP share. She has a Noivern in the anime. After Mega Evolves turn 1, in Gen 6, Pokemon use their new speed immediately, unlike Gen 7 onwards. So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, the Mega Salamence being 158 speed, is that after it Mega Evolves or before? Because if you one-shot it, then the speed after doesn't matter. After. Okay. Oh, check this out. See, I didn't one-shot it. This guy is coded to spam out all of his Destiny bonds before you can do anything. Like, he literally just spams Destiny Bond. It's all he does. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got a blackout. I've never blacked out here. I wonder if you have to... You have to take on all the grunts again? They fixed Dest... Oh, yeah, so was it Gen 7 where you can't just spam the move? Oh, so you do have to fight them all over again. Okay. John, can you imagine if that Destiny Bond thing was in Stadium 2? One, two, three, four, five. I I would die if I use that, so I gotta use one more. Steve would hate it. Oh my god. I didn't save. Dude. Why is this Magma Grunt all of a sudden hard? It's not this grunt specifically, it's because of the gauntlet. You gotta fight them all in a row. Most Pokemon don't struggle with those guys. That's just embarrassing for Volbeat. And I'm level 78 for crying out loud. I think Citrus Berry is the better held item. I mean, John, it's not that big a deal that I have a fairy move. It was just mainly a good spammable move. Otherwise, I would have just had Hidden Power Ice. And if you guys are curious if Hidden Power can be fairy, it cannot. Hidden Power cannot be a fairy move. Because with the introduction of the fairy type, they would have had to completely recode how Hidden Power is calculated. They didn't want to do that, so they just took the lazy way out of just making Hidden Power Fairy impossible. Hey, check this out. 5 Mightyenas, 5 Intimidates, all dead. We have the Steven Stone and the Space Center battle at home. The battle at home. Dude, stop using Destiny Bond. I think that thing just blew up. Shoot, where am I going? Oh, the hideout. Oops. Explosion. Oh, interesting. Your team gets healed. Yeah, next is the Space Center again. Can you use an escape rope in here? Oh, I don't have an escape rope tested, but I'm pretty confident the answer is no. Hold on. I think PokeLink isn't synced up. For some reason, it says I'm level 75, even though I'm level 80. I think PokeLink lost connection at some point. Weird. Weird. Alright, next Satopolis. Here's a little trick. Just fly to this route. And look, you're already here. Alright, time to fight Champion Wallace. I mean, Satopolis Wallace. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Okay, Wallace, you're a freaking cheater. Hey, Shadow Stitch. It's hit or miss with the 3D game sometimes. When you get the chance by swapping your team order and see if it fixes. Oh, I just reset to Wallace and now it's updated. Weird. Hey, at least this thing doesn't have water spout. At least I don't think it does. Yeah, Shadow Stitch, this is the bad Pokemon. Don't let the fact it has Tail Glow fool you. Okay, let's see. What's my moveset? Dazzling Gleam. Rest. I'll teach Hidden Power Ice, why not? Honestly, Hidden Power Ice has not been that useful. I think if a second run of this were to be done, it could really benefit from a different Hidden Power typing. Like, honestly, I'm thinking Hidden Power Water is probably the better Hidden Power for this thing. This thing struggled so bad with all those camera ups. And here's the thing, like, Illumise is going to be worse. Actually, does Illumise get any good moves? Because Illumise was super bad when I played it in Pokemon Platinum, but that was Platinum. Maybe Gen 6 Oras gave it some better moves. Does it have anything to help it? Like, at all? That'd be good to know. Charge Beam. I hate you, Axu. That was literally what it... Actually, to be fair, in Platinum, it didn't get Charge Beam till after the 8th gym, which is the reason it was so bad. Tinted Lens, Bug Buzz. Okay, Tinted Lens is actually pretty good of an ability. For those who don't know, it turns not very effective moves into neutral moves, and quad resisted to just regular resisted. So Bug Buzz will effectively deal at least neutral damage to almost anything except stuff that 4 times resisted. That would actually be pretty good, so moveset diversity wouldn't be a big deal. But the problem is no setup moves, and I don't think there are choice specs in this game. Like, the item exists, but I'm pretty sure it's Battle Mason locked. I'm using it for tonight's run. John, by tonight, do you mean like 2 AM? Alright, we should probably finish this at like 2:43, I think. And also, how this Rayquaza works, even if you have a full party, you're required to actually have the Rayquaza in your party, and it forces it into slot 1. And there's nothing I can do about that, so what I do is, I just switch to my Zigzagoon, have it tank a hit, and then switch to Volbeat. Alright, Tail Glow, Tail Glow. Outspeed everything. I don't even think I need Rest. Honestly, I'm just going to spam Dazzling Gleam. I'm not even going to use Hidden Power Ice. Okay, no, yeah, that was fine. 242.07. 12 blackouts, 38 resets. Oh. Better play would not have fixed this. Like, even if I played up to Flannery, like, okay, like, I did all the training leading up to Flannery, Flannery still needs luck. A bunch of people after her need luck. This Pokemon is just inconsistent and bad. Like, I was always looking forward to playing with Volbeat because it got Tail Glow, but now I know just because it gets Tail Glow does not mean it's good. This thing is essentially a golden piece of crap compared to Illumise, which is just a piece of crap. I was trying to run away. It's the erratic growth rate. Oh, the erratic growth rate. You're right. It absolutely suffered because of the erratic growth rate. Like, honestly, if this thing had medium fast instead of the erratic growth rate, this thing would have been a lot better. I would have been a much higher level for Flannery. Like, instead of level 30, I probably would have been like 35. Okay, maybe not 35, like 33. Who knows? Maybe it was just the game I played it in. Like, who knows how Volbeat would do in Platinum? Because I played Illumise in Platinum. I've never played Volbeat in Platinum. Or better yet, why couldn't Volbeat have had the boosted defense stats? That was not a thing till Gen 7. 9:51 game time. Yep, this thing is in dead last. I'm sure you guys predicted that. At least I don't have to sort it. What was my level? 82. I looked at PokeLink. 38 resets. Alright, everyone, so if we take a look at the leaderboard, dead last. It was 4 minutes worse than Doduo. And the one thing that kind of helped Doduo was it had acupressure, which is actually it's a very unreliable setup move. But Doduo gets access to very powerful moves like Stab Return and Drill Peck. Honestly, I think if Doduo were to get a proper re-rank, it probably could get like a 220, but its low stats only can help it so much. Rayquaza blew up. I don't know what you mean by blow up, but yeah, here's first place right now. 145 with Dusknoir. Dusknoir, funnily enough, is in the fast level up group. The entire line is in the fast level up group. And it was pretty good. I think it did have to do struggle training for the first part of the game, but other than that, it was pretty good. And the reason Mightyena did so good was because of Moxie. Moxie as an ability was so good. It was completely destroying everything. And Sableye does need a proper re-rank because this was literally my first Omega Ruby video. And I tried to do a re-rank last night in the Discord, and the run failed miserably. Like, I want to get Sableye and Mawile re-ranked by the end of the week. So I'm going to have to completely rethink how I do Sableye. Because I ended the run with like 37 resets, and I was like 5 minutes slower, despite having like 12 more resets. John, this is not Omastar, this is Ammonite. Ammonite actually had Shell Smash. The thing that just held it back was it was slow. Yeah, I think last time I did Omega Ruby Week, I played Dusknoir and Mightyena, I believe. Yeah, I believe that was it. Yeah, if you want to see it, it's in the Omega Ruby solo run playlist. I sort all my solo runs by game, so it makes it very easy to find. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. This run was quite awful, and Illumise is going to be a hell of a lot worse. I might want to set the over-under for that to be 3 hours. I definitely learned my lesson here. But anyway, I will see you all later. Bye.